जे तू ना फड़दा।
You can't really escape Aarti's eyes. शुक्राना गुरुजी, जितना भी हम आपका शुक्राना करें, it's never enough. My journey started around 2010 with Guruji, and it's been amazing since then. And jab se, it was really interesting that our good friend Deepika Aunty, who's no more, she had connected with Guruji before me and India mein, and then her daughter also got connected with Guruji. So one day Shruti came to my house and she started talking. She's like, "Aunty, you are so religious. I think you will really enjoy this story and the temple where I went and how she experienced, because she used to believe in Sai Baba and she used to read unka granth, and so when she was in India visiting somebody, and she was talking in her own mind that ki Baba, aaj to main aapka granth nahi pad sakti because I am here and at someone's house, and please excuse me. And उसने बड़े funnily बोला कि आंटी मैंने तो बाबा को बोल दिया तेरी मर्जी, अगर होगा तो हो जाएगा, नहीं तो अगली दफा. So, and she said, "Auntie, you won't believe it. I went to someone's house and not knowing whether it was Baba or who, and not knowing that she also was connected with Guruji, and she just quickly handed me Guruji ka granth. And it was amazing that, I started looking through it, and I don't know why she handed me, but it was really interesting. So I, in my own mind, that I said, Baba, this is your granth, whether it is Guruji's or yours. So I she started like telling me all little stories, which was connecting me and getting me really excited that ये कौन सी चीज़ है, that कौन सी जगह है, जैसे वहाँ पे तुम पहले शब्द सुनो, फिर पीछे से पंजाबी गाने होते हैं, and then and so she started, we sat for about 6 hours and we talked about it, and it got me so interested. And she said, "Auntie, if you want to go, we go to New York, but to Meera Johar Auntie's house. But if you want to go, and I'll take you to somebody's house in Brunswick, and there I have never been, but I don't even know the address, but I'll definitely take you." And it just got me so, curious about to find out what it is. And normally I used to work on Saturdays, and I would never get home till 2 o'clock. And I don't know what got me, and I canceled my Saturday, and we talked about, she says, "Auntie, I'll take you." So मैंने अपनी तरफ से office cancel कर दिया, and then I called her in the morning, "Shruti, are we going?" She says, "Oh, Auntie, I forgot. I made plans with Chutki to go somewhere." I said, "Oh, okay." But I was so disappointed after hearing that, कि मैंने इतना अपने आप को psych up किया कि मैंने जाना है ये वो, and 5 minutes later she calls me and she tells me that, "Auntie, Chutki said you can go, we'll go some other time." I said, "Oh, okay." So it just got me more excited, and then so I think it was 12:15, and she lives in Basking Ridge. She's not a good driver. She just got her license, and she had no idea about the directions. And she's like, "Auntie, I'll come." And Purani Mercedes, she's like, "Kaise chalegi?" and all that. So you will not believe it. And then from Colonia, we had to go to Brunswick, and the satsang over there finishes by 1 o'clock. So she says, "Auntie, I'll make it." And I'm deep inside, I'm like, आएगी, फिर वहाँ जाएंगे, and I don't think so we'll be able to make it. At that time, I think GPS was not that popular. So you will not believe it. Generally, if you drive from Basking Ridge, अंदर की road से भी, तो it takes about 35 to 40 minutes to get to me. And then from here to Brunswick, it takes you another 25 minutes. So, looking at the timings in your mind, you feel that, it's all done. And I have no idea how she made it to my house within 20 minutes. And then from my house, she drove. We made it there, and we just sat for 2 Shabbads, and so 2 Shabbads and Mantra Jap. So, which was really it was really a divine for me that as I walked in, and it felt so peaceful, and their carpet was red, and their bar was white, and it was amazing, and it was like, I cannot explain it. It was so divine. And and I had the fragrance, and I had no clue what does it mean by, having a fragrance. So I kind of felt, because वहाँ पे खूब सारे roses पड़े थे, I felt that, probably it's coming from the roses, and anyway, but then people started sharing about their satsang. Chopra uncle shared his satsang, and it was so interesting that as I walked in, so Taj Aunty was sitting there, where Taj Aunty used to go to Meera Johar, and Deepika Aunty used to go there, but they used to have a tussle between 2 of them. I think we should bring Rosy Aunty here also, and it was just a tussle between who will bring Rosy Aunty first. And then as I walked in with Shruti, and Taj Aunty looked at me and Shruti, and we, all 3 of us, we started laughing. I had no clue what was going on. And sure enough, as they also kind of talked about it, there is no looking back once you go there. And so it was really such a nice feeling, and I figured, okay, from now on, I think I should come. But I felt, second time when I went, I reached there like towards the end of it, and I started feeling कि मैं वहाँ जाऊँगी, लंगर खाऊँगी, and uncle will say कि आ जाते हैं खाली लंगर खाने के लिए and all that. But Taj Aunty said to me, and Shruti said to me that, nobody tells you anything. Even if you go for 1 Shabbat, it's a blessing. So I started going there, and then one time, it was an interesting experience. One time, Anita Aunty was coming. I think it was, I don't remember what was the occasion, and she was visiting from there for a special occasion, plus her daughters. So Chopra uncle said that, सुबह हमारा सत्संग हुआ, then he said, शाम को फिर से होगा सत्संग. If you guys want to come back, we are going to host another satsang at 7 o'clock. I said, okay. So, I started getting more attached towards it, and it used to pull me for whatever reason. My excitement started to get more and more. And then Anita Aunty was here, so we decided to go, and we were like about, I think, 7 or 8 people. And Anita Aunty shared a satsang, and while we were having satsang, the Shabbat Kirtan, and all 6, 7 of us were sitting there so quietly and with divine feeling and eyes closed, but we all were crying. We didn't know why we were crying. And as satsang finished, we all were looking at each other, and no one knew why we were crying. But, and suddenly after that, everyone started feeling of Guruji's presence, that किसी के हाथ में, किसी के बाजू पे snake appear हुआ, किसी के हाथ में shivling appear हुआ. I felt at that time it was such a divine presence of Guruji. उनके uncle के घर में I felt that there is a grey color ka sofa, and I was thinking in my own mind that I wish I could touch Guruji's feet. And So I saw a grey color ka sofa and Guruji was sitting there and wearing a blanket on top of it and unke charan niche the. So Guruji said, "Kar le charna de darshan." And after that, I did not see Guruji's face or anything, and I came home with such a happy feeling ki, like he just told me that charnon ko touch kar le, and I just couldn't get over it for some time. And then uske baad, each time I went, I had amazing experience, and then phir unka band hua, and Guruji gave me chance to host satsang in my house. Thank you, Guruji, for all that blessings. Mondays ko I started hosting satsang in my house for a while, and it was such an amazing journey. We were like handful of people, and itna acha jata tha. And that Monday I used to think कि मैं काम नहीं करूँगी, and लंगर बनाना होता था, दरबार करना होता था. So, but for some reason, that Monday I would work like 2-3 appointments, and then I would make langar, and I used to be like, all anxious कि इतना काम भी कर रही हूँ, सत्संग भी करना है. But at the end of the day, it used to be so divine that everybody, I used to tell myself, जो पहुंचने वाले हैं इतनी दूर दूर से, Aunty used to live in Princeton, Aunty used to live in Monroe, not Monroe, the previous one. So I started telling myself कि वो इतनी दूर से time से पहुंच सकते हैं, why can't I be like calm about it and be grateful to Guruji कि मैं तो घर में बैठ के ही सत्संग like लंगर बना रही हूँ. तो but it was amazing journey for that year. We hosted satsang there, and फिर उसके बाद temple खुल गया, and then over there also we started having really amazing experiences. It's like so many little satsangs. It's really amazing to be with Guruji. आपकी वो सारी problem solve करते हैं. And it's a small satsang from yesterday. There was a tornado coming, and I live on a main road and my house is on a ground, like on a road level. And I was looking through it around 11:30, 12. My half driveway was full of water. Usme hoga koi 8 inches of water, and I'm like, it's now increasing and coming closer to my door. And I'm talking to my niece, and she's like, Masi, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. And she told me everything. Take the flashlight, fill up your pitcher with water, charge your phones, everything, whatever she was telling me, मैं ऊपर जा रही हूँ. And then I'm like nervous inside. And I'm telling Guruji, आज ये पानी आ गया, कल लंगर कैसे बनेगा? And you will not believe it, वो पानी वहीं रुका रहा, and it did not increase beyond that. अच्छा वो गया, and then सुबह I was making लंगर, अब सब जगह पे रास्ते बंद थे, तो I was like, गुरुजी, अगर रास्ता बंद हो गया तो लंगर पहुंचेगा कैसे? Here you go, गुरुजी, आपकी मेहर इतनी है, कोई ना कोई रास्ता निकल आता है. Exit 10 was blocked, and somehow I took Eastern Avenue, and then वहाँ से एक छोटी सी road है, and I cheated. I went behind and I crossed the traffic, but I was here in time. So thank you, Guruji, for all the blessings and keeping us in your sharan and keeping us blessed. Thank you.